Hi guys, today we have a heater. Now this is by HYGGER. I actually approached them because I want to do a 2-tank build, which is 2 small situations. The reason I wanted to do it in small is because I'm always doing bigger things, and some people don't have the capacity to do bigger things, you know, space and stuff. And these are their nano range. So, well, I said nano, they call them Titan, but they're nano. So anything under 100 watt. Now, you could have 200 watts in a 200 litre tank, you know, 1 watt, 1 litre. That's the way you should do it, really. But these were for a project. Now, when I say small, I love HYGGER's packaging, you know. Look at the size of that, it's tiny. That's my hand, and I haven't got particularly big hands. So, I do like that idea. And also, it's got this outside the tank, so you can set it using that, which I think is a brilliant idea. Now it should come up with, I think this one's the 25 watt, so 25 litres, 1 gallon. It's ideal for better tanks and stuff like that, or even a cold water tank. See, a lot of people say to me cold water don't need heaters. Okay, no, that's right, but when you've got them inside, or say in a shed or something like that, chucking one of these in is really going to help them. It's just stop it freezing, stop everything slowing down, the metabolisms and all the rest of it, especially if you're trying to breed and use it as a business. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up in the sink for now, and then I'll show you later on in another video it being put into a tank, because I'm going to be doing that as well. 1 year warranty, and there's some details. So I'm just going to get this into some water. There's a nice little manual there. As you can see, the readout is on the front, so I'm assuming the readout, looking at that picture, is going to be right there. Okay, so I'm going to put it face down in the sink. So I'll get some water in the sink, we'll have a look. Something of note as well, you have this amount of cable to go into a tank, so that's 1 meter long, and then you have another length of cable, okay, that goes to the plug. So you can have this a very long way away. Now if you're running this on a shelf, say in an office, then obviously you want that cable, and there's the cable from the unit. So as you can see, it's a huge amount of cable, probably about 1.8 meters, I would say. Okay, so let's get this in the water and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so there it is in the water. I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Now the flashing at the moment is going to say, that's the flashing, which was 15, is actually the temperature that it's set at the moment. As it's going green, it's telling you it's within that parameter, so it's 20 degrees. Now that's the water temperature. Now it's a cycling effect on the button, so if you push it again, it's going to show you 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We'll leave it at 21. Now it's showing red because the temperature set is lower. So as you can see, it's only 20 degrees in the water, and I've set it at 21, so it's telling you it's red, which is heating. If I wanted to go up to, say, 25, and there you go. That's how easy it is. Now it's already gone up a degree, which is fantastic. Now the other thing about this, it is so easy that I think it goes up to 34 degrees, which is way hotter. Let's go round it. And then it goes back to 15 again. It's that simple. It's one button operation, but it's out of the water, it's dry, so put it anywhere. So I'm just going to set it at, say, 26 and leave it. So I'm going to come back in an hour's time, but well, you'll see it now. Okay, so just to tell you exactly what happened. So obviously that gets a little bit of air around it, so you can't put it on the bottom, so I put it on the side. But it took 14.5 minutes. I actually came back to make a cup of tea while I was waiting, and it was already at 26 degrees. Now it's possible, I mean, I used cold water in here, and then I made sure that it was 15 degrees. I used another temperature probe that I use for cooking meat, just to make sure that it was 15 degrees. And then I let it cool slightly, and that stabilises at 15 degrees. So say 20 minutes and you'll be up to speed, no problem at all. And obviously you can change it anytime. So it's at 26, it's now 27, 28. So it's heating up. So it was on the hotter side of 26, which is okay. And you've got to keep clicking it around. When it gets to 34, it goes back to 15 again. And now if I let it at 20, it's going to tell me the temperature of the tank, which is 26, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's get it out and let's have a look and do the pros and cons. I do have to say one thing though, never put a heater like that really on there. Either, you know, on the side, you can put it on the side of a tank. I normally have it at a slight angle. I normally put it on the corner behind the intake, but that's roughly, so you can't put it really there because obviously there's going to be air in that one. Okay, pros and cons. Okay, so what do we think? I really like this. Now, there was some concerns that have been addressed. Now, the first concern I had was if you get any mold or debris in here, but they've put a clip on here, so literally you do that, it comes apart straight away, and it just clips back on. I did find that the cable was a little bit heavy duty, so what was happening is when it was on the side like that, this would actually move it around. So give it a good, don't pull it, but just give it a good stretch out from where that, and actually cable manage where you want it. I would have this in the corner of a tank behind the inlet, behind the outlet. So if you've got the pickup pipe here, just put it at a slight corner like that. Now when you turn off a heater, I'm going to give you a safety tip. When you turn off a heater, leave it 15 minutes before you take it out of the tank because they get super hot. This one didn't get too bad because obviously it's a low wattage, but if you've got something like a 300, that could potentially pop, so be very careful. So what else do I like? I like the cable length. I like, this is so simplistic. I mean, no touching of this, so you can put it out of the way in the tank. You put it right down low if you want it. Obviously don't touch it anywhere, although this one has protection all the way around it. This was so easy to set. It was, I didn't even think about it. I went done, left it, and it really heated up the volume of water, which is about, I'd say about 35 litres, maybe 40 litres in there. So done a really good job of that. You'll have to excuse, we've got some planes going over today. There's something going on. So for me, you know, I didn't buy this. I was sent this, all right? So just to get it out there. But I'm going to use it in my own personal tanks. So that tells you something. I don't put rubbish in my tanks, okay? And we'll see how this goes. But the only thing, in my opinion, that lets this down is the price was a little bit more expensive than I would have paid, okay? However, I can't see anything else on the market within £4 sterling of this, okay, that's going to do this sort of thing. This is perfect. I mean, I've seen some glass ones. There were some glass ones on there that were, I think, £7 cheaper than this, yeah, with a little fiddly thing on top that I could hardly see. They put it on a red and white background, which after a little bit of while, when you've got a bit of green on there, you're not going to see it. UK plug, what else can I say? It's just a fantastic bit of kit. I'm going to use this and I will show you, because I will be doing a tank review later on and a build. Well, the review, to be honest, is a bit of a letdown, but the tank itself is strong as an ox. So guys, thank you so much for watching this one. Please like and subscribe, it really helps the channel, and it also gets people like HYGGER on board. Thanks for watching.